Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom that thus can one true and actual meaning.
Thank you. Okay, that's good. We will continue on this one. Okay. Oh, only a few people. Arian, okay. No, any other people not sure yet? Arian, go ahead.
The great merciful Lord, for the good of all living beings, practice all perfections and attain supreme enlightenment. By these words of truth, may joyous victory be mine.
Okay, Sophia.
He who enhanced the happiness of the Sakyas, who was victorious at the foot of the Bodhi tree, likewise may there be victory for me, and may I ever be blessed.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, so they teaching the Buddha right
Okay, Loi, can you turn on your webcam, con?
Con ngồi đây cho thầy thấy cái đi. Con lên.
Turn on your webcam, con.
Okay.
I could,
Cái này, turn này, cái này.
I could not see you, con. Thank you. Okay, good. What grade you are in, con?
I'm in grade 6.
Going to
grade 6.
Okay, good. That's good. Thank you. All right, you go ahead and read number 3 for me, the top one. Thank you. I revere the Buddha.
I revere the Buddha, highest jewel and best balm ever, beneficial to gods and men. By the Buddha's glory, safely may all obstacles and sufferings cease.
Thank you. Let me read the next one, con. Number 4. Demi, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Demi? All right, Tina, go ahead and read number 4. Go.
I revere the Dhamma, highest jewel and best balm that cools down the heat. By the power of the Dhamma, safely may all obstacles and fears cease.
Okay. 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 Sophia, you do this, the top one.
I revere the Sangha, highest jewel and best balm, worthy of offerings, worthy of hospitality. By the power of that Sangha, safely may all obstacles pass. May all my diseases be cured.
Thank you. Arian, you do 6 and 7 together.
Whatever diverse precious jewels there be in this universe, there is no jewel equal to the Buddha. By this truth, let me be prosperous. Whatever diverse precious jewels there be in the universe, there is no jewel equal to the Dhamma. By this truth, let me be prosperous.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see who just came in. Okay, Demi, can you hear me? Okay, Darren, turn on your webcam, con. Can you read number 9, number 9 and 10?
There is no other refuge for me. The Buddha is my matchless refuge. By these words of truth, may joyous victory be mine. There There is no other refuge for me. The Dhamma is my matchless refuge. By these words of truth, may joyous victory be mine.
Can you lower your camera? I can see you better. Dylan, thank you. Okay. All right. Let's do the meditation, and we will go in and study other stuff. Okay. So inhale and exhale to the nose. You count 1. Inhale and exhale to the nose. You count 2, and keep going. Keep your back straight, your neck straight. Close your eye. If you see your monkey mind, do not go with it. Just come back to your inhale and exhale. If you don't hold your breath, just do it naturally. If you lose track of your counting, stop from 1. Thank you. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes, sit still. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Good. I'm going to, we will, all right, so we learn about, let you see the 2 more movies relate to the Ashoka, right? Ashoka were, at the beginning, he was very brutal. He was very, the evil king, right? He killed most of his half brother, and also killed so many people who against him. And he took the power, right? He became the king like that. And he also, the first 8 years, he went to war to invade other country, to conquer and the land of other. And he killed so many people. The last battle he won is Kalinga, right? He won the Kalinga, and after that he went out. The first time he witnessed the victory that he had. Totally destruction. All the city is destroyed, and a lot of more than 150,000 people died, and many people were moved, were injured, right? And he, for the first time he saw that, he feel very remorse about that, about his brutal action, right? From that time on, he vowed to himself he never practiced any violence. He only practiced the non-violent, and he totally devoted to Buddhism, and he became the most perfect king in India right now, up to now. Okay, and after I will let you watch this, and I will let you learn more into the mind. Okay, and we will have the Kahoot today. I will let you have the Kahoot. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me see this thing here. Okay, let's. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Sophia, can you help me to summarize the story after you watch this movie? It's short. It's not that long. It should be really short. Can you do that, Sylvia? Okay, go.
This is heaven. This devil had many half brothers fighting for power. Very smart.
Can you hear it? No?
Fight back from the
Can you hear it?
north to get those
Okay.
brothers out was the next challenge. Prince Sukhdev is also amassing an army and they joined the rebellion. Ministers who helped Ashoka sure had gained an important position. I think we should wait and let them make the first move.
No, no. Let's not slacken down and do this.
But that had them feeling that they were near equal to the emperor. Ashok did not like the idea. He wanted to make it very clear who the king was. I have an order to be implemented across the state. Make sure that all the trees in the kingdom bearing fruits and flowers are cut down, and only the ones bearing thorns are left. It would be ridiculous to do so.
Do you mean to say to cut the thorn and leave others?
Let it be very clear. My order is to cut down all the trees bearing fruits and flowers and leave only the thorn. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. It would be stupid, Ashok. It will bring the treasury a great loss.
People lose belief in our rule.
Cut down all the fruit and flower bearing trees and leave the thorn. Am I not clear enough? And no one will call me by my name. I am Samrat of the whole Bhagat. And it's my rule, not ours. I understand, Samrat. Your orders will be executed. Good.
I don't see a point in this. I'm sorry, but I cannot do this in my province.
Senapati, execute the command. Ashok ordered that all the ministers who disobey him should be executed. 500 ministers fell to his wrath. Ashok started to believe more and more in the rule by brute force. He killed all of his revolting brothers, leaving no chance for an alternative. His anger got uncontrolled. Rumors had it that he had all his concubines burned alive just because they joked about him behind his back. To ensure that everyone feared him, he got a jail built to execute the most torturous punishments. It was called Ashok's Hell. No one dared to stand or even speak against Ashok. When people of Magadh spoke of him, his terror was always remembered. He had a new identity. Chand Ashok. Ashok the Brutal.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. All right. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So some of Ashok's brothers were still trying to fight for the throne, and him and his ministers were trying to come up with some plan of what to do. And Ashok ordered that all the trees with flowers and fruits are to be cut down, and the ones with thorns are only to be left. And one of the ministers disagreed with it, so he ordered him to be like executed. And then Ashok was getting more brutal, and he started to kill anyone, tortured and executed anyone who tried to defy him. And he burnt alive people who joked behind him, behind his back, and he killed his brothers. Then he made this place, this torture place called Ashok's Hell, to torture people with very harsh punishments.
Okay. Very so he's very brutal, right? And he also built a hell, right, to torture the one who offend him. Okay. Demi, are you there, girl? Demi? Okay, all right. I'll let you see another video. Okay, let me see. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's see. Christina Chiu, you want to follow this story and summarize at the end? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ashok thus ruled the vast Mauryan Empire with an
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Anyone?
Yeah.
iron fist. It now encompassed almost all of India. All but Kaling. In the 8th year of his rule, Ashok decided to take this last piece of land as well. He mobilized a gigantic army, converging onto Kaling for an attack. Ashok's army was colossal and was brutal in its approach. Kalingian warriors were equally resilient. Samrat lost 120 units and our battalion had to retreat. They were fighting fiercely. Samrat, our forces crushed frontier defense, but our cavalry supported them. Reports of massacres from both sides kept coming. He was getting very disturbed, and difficulty in taking Kaling was not reason for his anxiety. Finally, warriors were victorious. Ashok himself headed for the battlefield camp as he received the news. There was no celebration. Instead, he was welcomed by a horrific sight. The air stunk of rotting flesh. Rivers became red with blood.
Swami, Putra, Swami, Putra, Swami, can you hear me? Where are you? Where are you? Hey, have you seen my husband? Hey, tell me, have you?
Speak with respect. He is the Samrat, lord of this land.
You wretch, sinner, you killed my husband and all my sons. Tell me what reason is left for me to live? Murderer? What did you get by this one? Who have you conquered? We are all dead. We are all dead. We are all dead.
100,000 people were killed in the battle. 150,000 were displaced. Ashok realized how disastrous his ways were. He could not get over the thought that he was a mass murderer. It is said that at this juncture, he came across a Buddhist monk named Nico, who happened to be Susani's son. Despite having killed his father, the groom's eyes had no sorrow or anger for him, had forgiven Ashok. This experience moved Ashok forever. He had found a way to redemption. He became an adult follower of Buddhism and its message of mindfulness and non-violence. He erected many stone pillars and rock pillars with his messages carved on them. He advised his subjects to follow the path of Dhamma or righteousness. He set up a new exchange to see that it spreads. Respect to all religions, kindness towards everyone, including animals, and stop their unnecessary killings. His policies reflected his ideals. For instance, he had trees planted and wells built for the good of travelers. He also apologized to the people of Delhi for his brutality and assured them that he was a changed man. For the spread of Buddhism, he set up 84,000 schools across his empire and also sent missionaries around the whole world. For the rest of his life, he dedicatedly worked for peace. People had to just view Ashok as humble Ashok. When India gained independence, 2 millennia after him, this symbol was chosen for its national emblem as the country continued to carry Ashok's legacy of peace, secularism, and righteousness.
Okay. Okay, Christian appeal. Go ahead. Ron.
Ashok ruled over the Mauryan Empire and almost all of India except for Kaling. So he wanted to take over Kaling too, but whenever they were trying to take over the land, they had to retreat because of a lot of deaths and injuries. And he had a lot of difficulty taking over Kaling, but finally they were victorious. So Ashok went to see the battlefield for himself, but instead of celebrating his win, he was really devastated to see all of the dead bodies lying around, and there were people mourning over their loved ones' deaths. And he also witnessed a woman crying and looking for her family. So she yelled at Ashok for killing so many people, and she asked what did he get in return for killing people. Ashok was really sad and he felt really guilty, but he came across a woman who had no ill thoughts towards him. So because of that, he was moved and he became a faithful follower of the Buddha. And he built a lot of buildings in honor of Buddhism, but he was also supportive of the other religions too. And in addition to that, he also apologized to his people for killing people, and he worked really hard for peace.
Yeah. So you know who were the monk?
I forgot his name, but I think it started with the letter N.
No, 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 not the name. I'm not talking about a name. You know who? He the monk. Did the monk relate to him?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Did the monk relate to him?
Yes.
Okay, so the monk were his oldest brother's son. Okay, and he was the one who killed his older brother. That means the father. But you know what? The monk he forgave Ashoka, and that's why Ashoka became the devoted himself for Buddhism, and from there on, he became the almost perfect king, right? He also supported all the religion to have the same pride to practice, and he also erect the pillar, and let me show you the pillar. Actually, that. Um, let me see. Hold on. This is a good thing to learn. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. Let's see the calculator. Okay. No, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's do the one. Okay, this thing right here is called pillar, right? And this one right here, you see they have the lion on top of the pillar. And most of the important Buddhism, the Buddhist holy site, that means the Lumbini, that is where the Buddha birthplace, right? That means where he was born. He also put the pillar there. They call it Bodhigaya. That is where the Buddha enlightened, right? He became enlightened for the Buddha. And the Ashoka also put that pillar there. And Sona, that is where the first, they call it deer park. That is where the Buddha first teaching. And also Kusinara, that is where the Buddha passed away. He also put on the pillar here. Due to this kind of pillar, it still exists in up to now more than 2,000 years ago, and the holy site still have those pillar. Due to that pillar, in each pillar, he also put he write on the pillar that he was there, right? And that's why now the world know about the Buddhist history due to his work, right? And that means the Buddha was the real man. He was a prince, and he became the Buddha. So the Buddha will actually exist. So this is where, due to the Ashoka, now we know Buddhism, and also he sent a lot of missionary that where the Buddha teaching is widespread to most of a lot of countries. Nowadays we know about Buddhism, and we learn about the Buddha teaching due to his work. And he also set up the Ashoka 84,000 stupa. 84,000 stupa. This is called the stupa, okay? And in the stupa, we that means around the world. And in the stupa, that he put the Buddha relic, the Buddha relic. What is the Buddha relic look like? Can you guys see it? What I just saw? Everyone?
Yes.
Sophia, can you hear? Can you see what I just saw here?
Yeah.
I could not hear anyone. What happened? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, okay. You guys need to unmute, otherwise I could not hear anyone. Okay. Okay. All right. So the Buddha relic is this is the Buddha relic look like. Usually they put into the small stupa, right? The small stupa, and it's on. What is the Buddha relic? That means when they are cremate. That means cremate the body of the Buddha, and the remaining of the Buddha, it become the relic. That means That's what relic about. And you know what? The bone, the hair, the Buddha hair, the Buddha tooth, the Buddha bone. Those things become the relic. That's where we honor, where we respect, we show respect to the Buddha remain. So that's how we remember his compassion and kindness, and about his teaching. Okay. All right. Okay. 1 second. Can you guys hear me well? Anyone? How come I did not hear anyone? It's fine. Okay. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, now I can hear you well. Okay. Okay, all right. Now I will continue on. Okay, anyone, can you guys turn on the webcam so I can see? Okay, I will teach you the Buddhist. Okay, beside that, let me. I don't know. I have time for you guys to do the Kahoot. I told you that I have a Kahoot for you guys, but okay, okay, okay. All right, we continue on learning the Buddhist psychology. This is the 8 consonant model, right? And okay. So did I let you read the Ashoka? How a bad person might like Ashoka work, right? Did I ask you to read this one yet? Anyone? Anyone?
No.
You? No? Okay, that's good. Then today we will learn about this. All right. Okay, Jaden, are you there, Carl? Jaden? Jaden, are you there? Yeah. Okay, read from beginning, Carl.
Ashoka was the Indian most brutal conqueror after 200 years. After 200 years, Buddha passed away, was conquered almost the entire Indian continent, and killed so many people during his first 8-year reign. After he took over the throne, he killed all of his half-brothers due to the struggle for power. Ashoka launched the last battle to conquer Kalinga during 265 BC, and he killed so many people in this battle. He had destroyed almost everything.
Okay, keep going.
Since Ashoka, do I stop reading?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Since Ashoka was a kid, the king did not have any interest in him due to his mother's low position. Therefore, he would spend most of his time in martial arts, military, and weaponry practices with the ambition of one day getting the king's attention. This implied violence. When he was practicing, his eyes contact martial arts violence, such as weapons, horses, environment, and pretended opponents. His ears were possibly in contact with many different sounds, and his body had direct contact, such as hands with weapons and other images. Thus, the eye consciousness sent those images, the form of the mind consciousness, the brain. Ear consciousness sent the images with the sound objects, the mind consciousness. And the body consciousness sent the images of touching objects, the mind consciousness. And the mind consciousness loaded all those images and objects onto the short-term memory. Now the information became available for the following functions: processing, visualization, thinking, contemplation, analysis, planning, strategy, greed, hatred, ignorance, ambition, and etc. These functions are applicable to both good and bad thoughts. His mentality was always wanted to compete with others and try and to be the best. Therefore, his mind consciousness would trigger more than one function from Bob simultaneously, which would usually create more than one inquiry. The man of consciousness grabs all the information from short-term memory and inquires and pushes them into the alaya consciousness for storage as knowledge, experience, and inquiries. The alaya consciousness performs a search for those inquiries. Once the search's results has become available, the alaya consciousness passes to the mana consciousness, and this is where our emotion arises, weak or strong dependence on the results. The mana consciousness gives the results to the mind consciousness, where it loads them into the short-term memory, and the information becomes available for the following functions: processing, thinking, all the stuff before, and etc. The mind consciousness informs the first 5 consciousnesses, mouth and body, to be able to distinguish and act according to the mind consciousness. Since Ashoka's mentality was very violent, brutal, and easily getting angry, and always wanted to be the number one, he could be willing to do any bad thing for his ambition, including killing his own siblings. In his mind consciousness's short-term memory, he usually had a lot of greed, hatred, planning, and strategy for his ambition. Also, his mind consciousness arises many inquiries of evil thoughts. The mana consciousness pushes all those informations into the alaya consciousness for storage and searching for the inquiries. Each time the mana pushes that bad information into the alaya consciousness, which causes the alaya consciousness to have a lot of that evil information, which makes him becoming even worse. When the alaya consciousness passes the search results to over to the mana consciousness, that triggers his emotion to arise strongly and violent that could control his mind consciousness, not thinking properly. The mana consciousness passes them over to the mind consciousness, which loads them into the short-term memory, and the information becomes available for the following functions, the same things as before, and etc. The information in the short-term memory causes them to have an evil and brutal decision for others. Mind consciousness informs the first 5 consciousness, mouth, and body to act violently.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Can you be able to summarize using this model right here?
Well, it's pretty complicated, but in a simple way. Hold on, I'm going to turn off the fan.
Okay, what happened?
In a simple way to explain it, his father never gave him enough attention, so in a desperate bid for his father's attention, so that he could be recognized from his father, he tried to do things that he thought would get his father's attention, like all these violent things, so that his father could actually see his potential and worth in him. But after trying and failing to get his attention, he upped the brutality of his actions more and more, because he thought because he thought the more violent his actions and the better he was at it, the more attention and praise he would be showered in by his father. And over time, this basically developed into a very brutal mentality, where he would kill anything, do anything in order to get attention from his father.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay, so basically, he was very well. His mom is the king looked at his mom at the low position, right? That's why the king did not have any interest in him, right? Therefore, and you know what? Therefore, whatever he want to do is he want to get the king attention. And how he do that? He spent so much time in practice the martial art and military skill, as well as weapon and all those things, right? That means his eye, when he practiced martial art, that means his eye saw the contact the weapon, right? and also contact the other people that who he want to compete, right? And his ear also hearing different kind of sound. That means he very sharp, right, at that thing. And when the eye contacts the form, that he is great, the eye considered to send all those data to the mind consonant. Okay, before it's sent to the mind consonant, the eye, even though they see the weapon or they see the person, people, the eye cannot be able to distinguish this is the people or this is the weapon or what kind of weapon. They do not know the detail. They only see, okay, that means the eye see the person or the people. They only see the people, but no, they cannot be. The eye cannot be able to distinguish who are these people. The same thing when the eye contact the weapon. He only know the weapon, but do not have any detail on the weapon. So the eye did not know what kind of weapon is it. So that is the contact, the function of the contact. So basically, when the eye constantly send the data, those data to the mind consonant, it will load into the short-term memory. The same thing with the ear. Whenever the ear contacts the sound, right? Whatever the sound, it will send to the memory, to the mind consonant and load into the memory. Once the data inside the memory, this become available for the following function, right? The function like that means he be able to think, he be able to visualize, he be able to analyze, be able to plan, to be able to have the ready mind, anger mind, to be able to have whatever the function, to be able to process all those information, right? That is the time the mind constantly be able to distinguish when it's inside the memory. And the mind can also trigger the five sense consonant. In this case, is the eye consonant and the ear consonant, to be able to distinguish about whatever the object they see or whatever the ear, the sound they hear, right? So due to the mind consonant, that's why the eye and the ear be able to distinguish. Okay, because he was the one that always have the ambition, right? He want to get the king attention. Therefore, he only thinking about a way to become the best, right? Therefore, he have a lot of inquiry raised. That means a lot of different function arise from the mind consonant. For example, that he want to know about more about this weapon, to know how to use this weapon, or to know how to know the skill of the martial art. All those functions arrive from the memory, from the mind consonant. Therefore, the mana consonant will take those data and put and include the inquiry, put that inside to the alaya consonant. So the mana consonant is treating at the upload the data to alaya consonant. Alaya consonant, that means that storehouse, it store those things that they just put in. It become the knowledge. It become his experience about the martial art, the knowledge about the weapon, and the knowledge about the martial art and the military skill. All those things will be in here. And whatever the question arise during the mind consonant, and the mana alaya consonant will perform the search to get together all the results relate to whatever arrive from the mind consonant, and that result will return to the mana consonant, because his mind always thinking about the ambition, thinking about to compete, and thinking about how to become the best one, right? Therefore, that when the result come back, right, it will trigger the mana. It will the mana will arise, the emotion will arise from the mana consciousness, and therefore he become very violent. He become very brutal. And if we want to compete with other, he want to make sure that he can defeat the opponent. He can whatever he do, he want to make sure that he will become the best one. That is triggered by the mana consciousness, and the result also sent to the mind consciousness, and the mind consciousness will look all the result information into the memory, and the memory, the data, the detailed data, the result of the search become inside the memory, become available for all the kind of function like thinking, processing, visualization, contemplation, planning, ambition, or whatever, right? For the mind, it will trigger the mind for greedy, for anger, or whatever. Those the mind will control the five consonant here. That means the five consonant here, it represent the body and the mouth, right? That mean his mouth is he can very brutal when he talk, right? He also acting using his body to acting very violent in martial art or whatever the practice that he do, based on the content that he have inside the mind consciousness. This is important. Does that make sense to you so far? Chloe, do you understand? Phúc, do you understand con?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Helen Chung, can you turn on your webcam con? And Catherine Do, do you understand so far?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay. Now, I will teach you the difference between the mind constant and the mana constant. This is important. This is how our mind works. Okay. And if you learn, because some of you is new, that's why this is a little bit difficult, but I will keep using this over and over again. You will eventually understand this very easy. So it's not too tough. Okay. All right. The difference between the mind consciousness and the mana consciousness is important right here. You need to understand. The mind consciousness, they have the short-term memory, but the mana consciousness, they do not have the short-term memory. The mana consciousness, they have the emotion arising, but the mind consciousness do not have the emotion. That's why the mind consciousness become the very clever than the mana consonant, because the mana consonant is not clever. It's very foolish. It's very ignorant, because due to the emotional, right? Emotional affliction. Therefore, when we have the emotion arrive, right, there we cannot think properly. That's why due to the attachment of the self. Okay. When if someone say that if someone feel very proud of themselves, right? That means the egocentric, right? That means he feel that he very proud of himself. That means he think that he is the best. No one can better than him. When he have that kind of mindset, so let me ask you, which one between the mind consonant and the mana consonant? If the person always feel proud of himself and he always think that he the best, okay, Sophia, can you tell me which one, the mind consonant or the mana consonant?
Could you repeat that? I couldn't really hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's say that they a person, right? He or she always feel proud of himself or herself, and he think that he is the best. no one else. That means the egocentric, right? So between the mind consonant and the mana consonant, which one do you think it belongs to?
It would belong to the mana consciousness because it's the emotional affliction.
Well, this is the trick, the trick question. This is the trick question. Basically, it belongs to the mind consonant. Basically, it belongs to the mind consonant. Do you know why it belongs to the mind consonant, Christina Jill?
Yeah,
Anyone else want to try? Arian, do you think why it belongs to the mind consonant, not belong to the mana consonant in this case?
I don't think I know too.
Okay, let me explain to you. When a person say that I am the best, right? That means he needs time to think. He needs time to think. He needs time to process the data that I am the best. Does it make sense so far? If any time that we need time to think, so what do you think is between the mind consonant and the mana consonant, which one need time to think? Which one? Oh, unmute, I cannot hear you.
The mind consciousness?
Yeah, why the mind consonant need time to think, not the mana? This is important. If you understand this, then you understand the model. Okay, this is important because the mind consonant, they have the memory. Therefore, anytime we process the data inside the memory, it requires time. Does it make sense? Just like when you turn on your computer, the application is loading the data into the memory. It takes time to load it. It takes time to process the data inside the memory. Does it make sense? This is important. But the mana consonant do not have the short-term memory. Therefore, mana consonant cannot think. Does it make sense? This is important. So let me. So this is the rose ego. That means GROSS. It's not subtle. It's rose, right? Okay. Let me give you another example. Let's say that one day when we walking on the street, right? Something that we feel something that drop from above onto our head. Something drop from above onto our head. Suddenly, we quickly make the move to avoid the object. You understand that so far? Tell me which one between the mind consonant and the mana consonant, which one will make the move? Jaden, do you understand so far?
Yeah.
Though between the two, which one will make the move? The mind or the mana?
I think the mana.
Why the mana, not the mind?
Well, I think the mana would make more sense in that situation.
Why the mana but not the mind? Yeah, the mana is correct, but why?
Because it involves, it it involves emotions.
And no, well, this time there no time for emotion, right? There no time for emotion. It's in this case, but manner is correct. But why the manner? Arian, do you know why? Arian?
Not much.
Huh?
Not really.
Okay, Christina Chiu, do you know why?
Because you don't think and you get mad easily.
No. In this case, that means the person, we make a move to avoid the object hit our head. We don't see the object, but we feel it, something drop on our head, right? Then we quickly make the move without thinking. But okay, the reason is the mana have no memory, right? That's why we cannot think. When it happened instantly, right? It happened instantly without thinking because there is no memory, there is no time for process. And why do we make the move to avoid the object? Why? Because the mana want to protect the self. Does that make sense? Protect the self. And this is what we call the subtle self. It's more subtle than the one in the mind consciousness. You understand the difference between the two? This is important, very important. Today it's a little bit late, but I want to teach you more. But do you want to spend another 5 or 10 minutes? I will teach you the more important between the two. Okay, let me show you. So you understand that the mana consonant that it protects the cell, therefore it's happened instantly. You understand that, Tina and Christina Chiu?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, and when we still awake, right? That means we still awake right here. We're not asleep yet. Which one do you think it will active between the two? Phước, what do you think? Between the two, which one will be the most active?
Mind.
Huh? Which one will be the most active? The mind consonant?
Mind.
The mind consonant? Right?
Yes.
The mind consonant, that means the brain, right? We talking, we walking, we whatever we do, right? We always use the brain. That is fully active. And the mana consciousness is working, but in the shadow. It's not active, but at the shadow of the mind consciousness. Does it make sense so far? It works in the silent mode. Let's say that what happens when we go to sleep and we have a deep sleep, or when we are in the coma. You know the person in the coma, right? That means unconsciousness, right? The person who have unconsciousness. For example, if someone fall down from their stroke, right? If they have stroke and they fall down unconsciousness, right? That means we call coma. Or someone enter into the deep meditation, or when we go to the dentist or the doctor, they do the surgery on us. They put the anesthesia, right? That means they put us into sleep, right? In those cases, which one will active the most between the two? Arian.
The mana.
The mana consonant. And what happened to the my consonant at that time?
It turns off.
It turned off. Yeah, it turned off. That means it go to sleep, right? But where the manas hiding? Where do they go? Where the the my consonant go? Do you know where the my consonant go? Sophia, do you understand so far?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, the my consonant at this time, they will go into, they hiding inside the mana consonant. That is where they sleep. So when we have the rim, right, inside the sleep, we have rim. This is the mana consonant fully active. Okay, let me stop right here. I don't want to, because too late already. It's too late, but this is very important. I want to teach you this. So this is very important to understand when the people in the certain state of the mind, you understand where they are. Okay, this is a very important teaching. Okay, all right, let's stop right here. I will continue on next week. This is a beautiful teaching here. Demi, well, are you there, con? Demi? Okay. Helen, are you there, con? Helen? Anyone? Bảo, are you there? Bảo? Yvonne, are you there? Wow. Catherine, are you there, con? No one respond. Patrick, are you there? Patrick.
Yes.
Good, read this thing, go. Okay. Put our palm together.
Being our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, the wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, the world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Good, thank you, con. Nam mô Di Đà Phật. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I will see you next week. So this is interesting learning, right? Don't you think? Okay. So this is one